What's up, my Reapers? Reaperplanks Game 101 here, and welcome back to another episode of Reaperplanks Survives. This is episode 38. Yeah, we'll go with 38. In the previous episode, we built up these docks and all these boats, and it was very, very long and tedious to do. This episode was going to be about the new update, the Spring to Life update, but there wasn't much to that update, and it wasn't very exciting content, to be honest. So change of plans. Also, want to mention something. I got some new mods, because of course I did. They're just mods for aesthetic changes, like the clouds. You see, they don't look like marshmallows anymore. They're not blocky and ugly. They actually look realistic in a Minecraft way. And also, Future Self, I know you're playing music right now for the intro, but cut it. No more music. Check this out. We get echo. Really makes you immerse, makes you feel like you're really in the build, huh? Oh yeah. But yeah, I got a new sound mod, and I think it sounds fantastic. It sounds great in here too, just listen. Actually, I have something for this. Check these out. I got some lethal fireworks from my crossbows. Check it out. Very nice. So what are we going to be doing in this episode? In this episode, we are going to be building up the shopping district, which is going to go right here. Yes, I've already started prepping the area. So if you're wondering what the shopping district is going to look like, I can turn on the schematics for you all so we can see what it will look like. Boom. This is kind of what it's going to look like. I'm not going to go into too much detail because you all will see it whenever it's done. This is the basic idea of it. And I wanted to share something with you all, something I haven't shared before. And that is my creative process of how I come up with these builds. And I did something a little different for these builds this time. Well, a few of them. I used another game called Tiny Glade. If you don't know what Tiny Glade is, I feel sorry for you. I'm just gonna let editing me explain while I go and gather the resources that we need for this build. And then I'll meet back up with you guys when we're about to start building. You don't have a choice. It's going to happen like that. So this is Tiny Glade, a diorama builder where you can pet the animals like sheep and ducks. I'm not that great at using it as it stands, as I've barely touched the game, but some people are really good. This one guy built an entire French village in the game. It was insane. Anyway, so I used this game because it fits the vibe I'm going for in the kingdom. So I build up a basic mock-up of a building, mess around with the shape and color, maybe dot some windows around, and decide if I want it to be one story or two. And before you know it, I'm in my Minecraft creative world messing with the block palette and tweaking it to get it to the right shape and feel I want. And sometimes I'll end up with something completely different than what I started off with. I also did the same for this build, and it too ended up being completely different from what I started off with. Alright, I've gotten all the materials that we need for this build. Yep. This is it. I'm kidding. This is just the copper. Here's all the stuff that we need for this build. Yeah, it's a lot. As much of a mess as this looks, I know where everything is. This is all wood stuff, as well as this, and then these are leaves. These three right here. This over here is stone, going from regular stone to black stone. I'm gonna go ahead and get all this stuff moved. I have moved all of our stuff over to where we are going to be working, and it is just one giant mess. An organized mess, but a mess nonetheless. I'm saying that 10 times fast. So now we're going to start with the first step of building the shopping district, which is just laying out the path and putting the trees in where they need to go, and then we'll get to building the houses and everything else. So let's get started. Well, it's a bit gloomy in the Reaperplanks Survives world. It's a bit loud in my room because it's hot. But anyway, we've gotten the paths laid down, but also the trees and the fountain, and it's looking a lot better already. And I'm not going to show it yet, but we've also got the back of the flower shop done. I think the next thing we should work on is this little statue I have right here. So basically, I needed a way to light this area up because it had a light level of 0 just around this corner, and I didn't want to just throw down another lamp. So I came up with a a pretty unique design to put here. So we'll need 2 armor stands for it. And if you don't know, I have a mod where I can customize the armor stands. So I'll do show arms, yes, and then I'm going to move him over so he's in the middle of these 2 blocks. And now I just need to adjust him. And now I just need to throw some armor on it. And now I need to customize this one. So let me go get the armor for that one real quick. And there is also a data pack I've installed. There it is. And I get 8 of these mini blocks that I can use to decorate. And then we're going to make him invisible. And then we're also going to lock this fella. There we go. There's our statue. That looks pretty good. This is one of my favorite things, is coming up with creative ways to light the kingdom up. And this was definitely one of those ways. Just little things like that add a lot of life into a build. At least I think. Alright, so let's get started on building these houses now. Alright, we're about halfway into building the shopping district, and we've got the shells of every one of the builds pretty much done. And now I'm going to go through and add in all the details, like all the interiors and stuff like that, and then I'm going to start on this section over here, which has another 4 builds. And I'm also going to build up little market stalls here. So let me just move myself over here. This is what it's looking like before and after. This took a while to do. Hopefully you can tell what everything is without me having to explain it to you, but I'm going to anyway. So this is the bakery, and then we've got a nice interior here. I forgot to do the armor stand stuff for this, but I'm tired. I don't want to do that right now. We got a nice cake bacon in the oven. Got a cake cooling on the windowsill with the window open. Excuse me while I walk on it. Got some display here for the outside. Look at that. A little supply closet. And that's pretty much it for the bakery. Then over here we've got the flower shop. Very humble, very modest, and I have to admit something. I did not come up with this design myself. I was looking for inspiration for a flower shop, and I thought this one was very cute and very humble, and I thought it would fit perfectly in this space, so I will leave a link in the description for the build, because it was too good not to use. This was pretty much exactly what I was looking for in a flower shop, so down it went. We come in here, we got ourselves a nice area to hang out, especially right here. This area is so cool. Upstairs we got the living area, very simple, just got a bedroom, over here's a bathroom, and then out here we have the garden. Wow, look at all these flowers. They're all color coded, so we've got warm colors, pastels, cool colors, and then the sunflowers. And the sunflowers looked kind of ugly by themselves, so I put torch flowers and rose bushes in front of it. And then we've got lilacs and peonies with some pink tulips in front of it. And then the pattern just kind of repeats itself. And in between we have saplings of the different tree types. My cat is yelling at me because he wants out, even though he just came in. Cats are great, but also terrible at the same time, but I love them. Anyway, and right here we've got some flowers complementing the cherry tree, which I think this is a pretty cool cherry tree for this area. Sir, you're interrupting. Anyways, like I was saying, we got some flowers to complement the cherry tree. This cherry tree is pretty cool. And we've got a little bench to sit on as well. Check it out. I'm just Biggs chilling with the castle behind me. This is actually a pretty cool scene. One second, let me get my free cam out here. That's cool. That's nice. But anyway, we have the butcher shop right here with some barbecue going. He's grilling out as well as smoking some food. And then inside we got ourselves a nice shop just in case it's raining, you know. You can come in here and chill and he can cook inside. And then upstairs is the living area as well. Just 2 bedrooms and then a bathroom. And then if we come behind the counter and come downstairs, here is a room to get the meat ready, as well as, you know, do what you have to the animals, i.e. get the meat ready. And this is a drain for a certain liquid of the red variety. Anyway, now that we're done with that, This doesn't go anywhere yet. I forgot to design this in creative. More work to do. Yippee! So now that we're done looking at that, we've got the blacksmith. And this has to be another one of my favorite builds because look at the inside. You get a nice view of what this place is all about. You get to see the armor that the blacksmith has made. It's got a nice echo in here as well. So we've got ourselves a lava forge, a place to cool whatever he's making. Same with this. Got a nice working area for him right here. That for whenever he needs it. A grindstone, his anvil, of course, some storage, a pretty powerful furnace. Not really, but let's just say it is for story. And then we've got the blast furnace there for smelting down ores, and then this set of armor that he's working on currently. Some firewood there, and then inside we have one of every armor trim and color besides resin and iron. Resin's outside, and I just didn't do iron, okay? The netherite wasn't a big problem for me because I had a lot left over from mining out the area for my wither skeleton farm. I'm still upset that the video of digging out that perimeter just got yeeted into the void by my PC, but you know, it is what it is. We live on. Got some netherite on the armor, all these different colors and designs. We've got a turtle shell, got some totems of undying, and we've got a bunch of tools just scattered around, or tools and weapons just scattered around everywhere, such as axes, shields, swords, crossbows, bows, and even some extra netherite stuff back here, and some tridents, some diamond stuff. Like, this is where all the good stuff is back here. Oh, and a mace too. I had like one extra heavy core, and I was like, decoration? When you're so rich, you use a mace as decoration. Anyway, here's the bathroom, and then some bedrooms in here as well. This building over here is the carpenter building, basically where all the furniture and stuff is made. So if we come in here, you can see we've got a section for oak, a couch just chilling there, a section for spruce, a section for dark oak, a section for birch, another couch just chilling here, some shelves, some extra storage, and then in here is the workshop. So you can see they are currently working with some cherry wood, and they've built a shelf, they built an armor stand, built another shelf up there, a lectern, then we got some shelves on the walls, and they're currently working with cherry, so I thought I'd just throw a door over here like they just finished making this. The whole idea of this is like they'll get wood from the lumber mill and they'll be able to raise this up like a garage door. And then over here we've just got another living area for the homies to live it up. Ooh, that is a pretty nice view. Damn, that is cool. The view of the church and the library. Unfortunately though, the view of the sides of these buildings, this building is going to be covered up. Anyway, it's going to look good. I forgot the glass for here and here. Okay, I didn't forget it here. Ooh, another cool view. And then over here we have the jewelry shop. And if we come inside, we've got displays for necklaces and rings and whatnot, just jewelry, you know. And then we've got some iron, gold, copper, lapis, emeralds, amethyst, more netherite just to flex, and a diamond. We've also got these cute little stalls around the fountain. So now we're going to get started on the next 4 buildings. Alright, and just like that, we've got the shells of the second part of the shopping district built out. And you know, now I gotta add the detail. So here's the before and after. I know that wasn't a clean cut. My Minecraft crashed. I tried, damn it. So we've got the brewery right here. Anyway, if we walk inside, you can see we've got some brewing stands, some barrels and chests around, and then a counter for the shopkeeper. And then if we come upstairs, we've got a place to make the potions, which is looking pretty fancy if I do say so myself. Eventually in the future, I'm going to add a downstairs area where we're going to have an automatic brewer, which will be pretty cool. Just like over here, eventually I'll have a basement for this building, and maybe this building for a much larger super smelter, and then an automatic crafting system for all the different wood variants in the game. And then over at the lumber mill, I'll have a automatic wood farm for every wood type in the game, and then the stonemason, I'll have pretty much the same thing I have at the carpenter for all the stone types. And then over here I'll have some farms for all the new 1.20.5 stuff, like the firefly bush and the bushes and all that. So yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of functionality to this kingdom as well. Over here we've got the dress and corset shop. I don't know exactly what this is called. I should probably look it up. Future self, put it in editing.
Boutique.
Thank you. So if we walk in here, you can see we've got a bunch of armor stands that I forgot to put leather armor on. We've got a door to go back to the living area. Living area? No, this is where they make the dresses and corsets. And then over here, we've got a supply closet. We've got the changing room here, the measuring room here. Spoiler alert, it's pretty much the same thing over here at the tailor shop. So yeah, we've got measuring room, changing room, room where they make everything, and supply closet. Then over here, we've got my shulker monster that I need to clean up. But anyway, we've got the restaurant. Again, this is probably another one of my favorite builds because it's a block palette I haven't really ever used before. I mean, all of these are a block palette that I haven't really used before, but this one especially: calcite, beehives, jungle, planks, and deep slate. What was I thinking? As well as weathered copper blocks. I kind of popped off with this build, I'm not gonna lie. This restaurant is called The Working Chef, and if you don't know, my dad has a YouTube channel called The Afterwork Chef, so I made this restaurant as like a little nod to that. My dad said I should build a restaurant in the kingdom. He gave me a name for it, but I didn't really like the name. Sorry, Dad. So I put The Working Chef as a little nod to his channel. Here's the inside of it. We've got tables everywhere with candles, a little back wall back there hiding the stairs. We got an upstairs with a chandelier, and if we come over here, we can go up the stairs to the second floor with more tables and candles just everywhere. And then we're gonna jump down here and go into the kitchen. It is a rather small kitchen compared to the other kitchens in the kingdom, but I do enjoy this kitchen. It is very nice. See, even my phone thinks so. So that is the shopping district done. It looks pretty cool, doesn't it? One sec. I'm going to land somewhere. Also, if you're wondering why no mobs are spawning right now, it's because I turned my mob switch on because I didn't want to deal with them. Never mind, it seems we have some visitors. Excuse me, gentlemen, you can't be here. This is private property at the moment. Look at that. That is so cool. The view of this kingdom just keeps getting better and better every single episode. I can't even fit this all in frame. There's one last thing we're going to do, and that is we're going to grab the maps from the castle and we are going to update them with the new shopping district so you guys can see the amount of progress we've made. So here is what it looked like before at the start of this episode. So now if we take this map and go update it, you can see all the work that we've done in this episode. Quite a substantial amount. Look at that. Looks pretty cool on the map. I'm going to sleep really quickly. And then we are going to see this place in the daytime one last time. The start of a new dawn. And we take off to view our kingdom in daylight. It looks amazing. This is typically where I view the kingdom from because this is where I start every episode off. It looks so good. Look at this. This whole place just teeming with life, it seems, even though there's no armor stands in here. I mean, there are armor stands in, but not ones with character, not ones that are quote-unquote moving. That's really nice. I do have to say, for now, thank you all very much for watching this video. If you did like the video, be sure to leave a like. If you want to, subscribe to the channel if you not already want to, and Reaperplanks Game 101. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.